Hey everybody, Brian the Wild Armenian, rat ride carport builder, mechanic, real estate investor, whatever you want to call me. Don't call me late for lunch. And I know it's been a while, so sorry about that. Had some little hiccups in the road, especially with YouTube and AdSense. With Google, I don't know what it is. They still claim me as a business, and I've been emailing them, and this has been going on for like, geez, over I bet you 4 months, every or longer maybe since I've been monetized. I think Thanksgiving. Yeah, it's been longer than that. And I don't know. They maybe we need Doge to go into Google and make them more efficient. Maybe, hopefully Doge can straighten out our country. With our President Trump and Elon Musk. So Google's another example, prime example in YouTube where things just I don't know, no communication. I don't get it. From the company I retired from, we had ET guys from Akron, Ohio, and when we run into a problem with our computer, well, the guy would come up there, yeah, up in the corporate, and I'm here in Florida. He would go online into my system, my office, I think it was called, and he would fix whatever parameters he needed to fix on our operating system for the corporation, the company. So I don't know. I'm really surprised Google, with all their billions and their techno, whatever, they just can't figure a poor, starving Armenian's website. And maybe they don't care, and that's another thing too. And I don't care either. I'm retired. And thank God I don't depend on revenue from YouTube. Boy, I'd be sleeping under a bridge. But and that's one thing about, I was thinking about making this program, this video, excuse me. I didn't want to blast YouTube but I need to get it off my chest, and I'm glad I did. But, it's not all about that either. I've thought about, I want to make this video about preparing yourself. If you're going into retirement, or if you're in retirement, prepare yourself, make sure, don't count on people, don't count on YouTube, don't count on Google, count on yourself, be your own person. And the news channels, my Lord, I tell you what, I've found so many people suffering from Trump derangement syndrome. It's awful, and especially people in retirement. My Lord, chill out. There's people just not going to change, no matter what we do, what we say, people are just not going to change. And that's a shame. They get their blood pressure, their faces get all red, wow. Jeez. Wee. But, you going into retirement, you got to enjoy the days, and don't count on the legacy medias like CNN, NBC, MSNBC, what is it, CNN? I did that. Yeah. ABC. They're just, all they spit out is hate and all that. And you want a good retirement, somewhere you can enjoy life, and not have all that resentment and anger. And because when you watch stuff like that, it gives you anger, gives you fear. My last video was on fear, and I don't think too many people liked it, but oh well, it's just the truth. I'm being very transparent of what I do. I do have other media outlets I'm looking into. As a matter of fact, I've signed up to Instagram and also X, and hopefully TikTok gets on board. I think it's getting close, and so I have my account set up there. And I'm going to be working with that more or less. That for myself. That way, I can speak freely of myself. I'm in retirement, see, and the last thing I want to do is bow down and have to do this and that for YouTube or Google. I'm retired. I don't have to do all this. That's why I retired. I don't want to answer to nobody, except my Lord Jesus Christ and the wife. and you know what? The dogs too. Boy, I think the dog controls more than anything. They sure do. But, it's, to a point I'm retired. And that's my point, And I got this truck here. I was working on this, and I think, what? I'm grinding the old paint off, and look at these discs. I'm just wearing these babies out, and this thing's hot. Ouch. I burned that old grinder up. But, and I got a lot of time to do this stuff. And I'm getting to a point, this is becoming a job. But, I have to back off and say, hey, give myself a minute or two. I'm not trying to break the land speed records here on fabrication and restoring an old truck. And I'm retired, and that's it. And that's probably why you haven't seen me for a while. And I don't know, when I feel like it, I'll make videos. I really appreciate the people, my support, you people. And when I do go off into other networks, I will let you know and keep you in the loop. And I will still use YouTube. I don't count on it. I really don't. YouTube is good for if you know how to fix things. If you want to find out how to do this and that, how to fix your plumbing, or or you fix your whatever on your air conditioning or your car, whatever, or sew a dress or sew whatever, you can go somewhere on YouTube, and that's a good. And that's what YouTube, really is good for. Other than that, you get a lot of people like myself that express their opinions, and that's only our opinions. I have my opinion. I'm free to have my opinion. This is a free country, and maybe I'm getting shadow banned. I don't know. I hear when people describe from my channel, it hurts me. It sends the algorithm to the commercials, whatever, But you know what? I'm retired. I can do whatever I want to do, and I don't care. Bottom line. So take control of your life, especially you new people. And the best thing to do is, like old Dave Ramsey says always, pay off all your debt. Get debt free. That's the main thing. Don't use those credit cards. And if you do, pay them off every month, if you do that. And that's the best thing to do. And work on your retirement fund. Don't count on anybody but yourself. And trust in the good Lord Jesus Christ. And with that, there's a lot of things important. I just mentioned Jesus Christ, my wife, my kids, I love them, my family, my country, USA, man. And hopefully we get this debt under control. I'm really concerned about that. If you go to the debt clock, it's ticking away, but we got Doge taking care of that. So hopefully pray that they mission accomplished. They get in another year or so, we see better signs. So with that, y'all, hey, you too, land, take care of yourself. God bless you.